Hello once again everybody, welcome back to some more Star Technology. I am Towkn, and as you can see I did go ahead and move my windmill and stuff to the back corner over there. And yeah, you could also see a thing right there next to the sugar cane, because I tried making essentially a sugar cane farmer. I brought out of here the thing for mechanical presses to push them, and then I tried just using regular pistons to just push them as soon as they got that tall, so that it would just go poof, and then this would suck it up. And as you can see, there's some of the parts from it right there, and it didn't work too well. I don't remember how much of this we got done last time, but I did go ahead and bring power over here as well, so that we could have this basic macerator, macerator, making us some clay dust, so that we could use that for our source of aluminum, because it was actually a pretty decent way if we brought it over here to the electrolyzer to get aluminum out of it. I think in here we got some more glass bottles in there. Yep, I couldn't remember if I had made more or not to put in here, so we could get some more levels and stuff. And then of course, last time we upgraded this thing a bit more by putting more water into it, which I'm curious with how fast I have these going, if using the actual normal pipes might, or the create pipes now might be better. So if I went in here and I said at create, right, and we grabbed out this and this along with one of these, and because we'll need one of those to run this, but we will need a gearbox, I believe, in order to change its direction or something. So let's run over here real quick, because I know I have some stuff in here. So let's go ahead, grab both of those, and yeah. Okay, so if I brought this, actually we could probably go like this. We'll go like this, and we'll say we'll bring this straight up, and then we'll bring it over. See, I think if I put it there, it's going to want to connect to it already. So I don't think I want to do that right there. Okay, so we will break this torch and bring it this way first. I think like so. And then we will put this right there, facing that way. Okay. Then we have this that we could put right there. Right? Which we could then break this, put that right there, and then go like this, and actually go in here, and we'll click in here again and say at create, where we'll grab some chain drives. And I think we still had a chain drive over in here. I don't remember for sure. It's a gear shift, which technically is a chain drive, right? Because I believe if I put it there, and then I put that there, and that there, no. Okay, so that doesn't work like that. Okay, I thought it did. I couldn't remember. Okay, so we do that. We'll go back in here and go like this again. At Cree, and miss the C and somehow hit that. Is there anything in here that'd be easy? You know what? I could just go like this, grab two shafts, right? Go like this, put this shaft right here, Put that shaft out there, and then belt. Grab a mechanical belt, and we could just hook this up from here to here, which sadly ruins that power. So if I go like this, we could do that, which actually gives us a bit more water. But as you can see, though, our kinetic stress is still the same via 6 engine. You know, we get that much via 6 engines. We are up to level 8, so really the only way to do it would be to heat up these, which we could do again, because I believe we just go in here and type in FAN, which we only have one of right now. But if we went like this, right here, and which way, I think it might be, well, no, we could just put it like right here. No. Rotate, rotate. There's got to be a way to rotate it the way I want it to rotate. I want you to rotate. Let's see. We'll go like that. We'll put you down right there. And rotate you that way. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That worked. So with that, though, we can now do some other stuff. But I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take this out of here. Put that right there. We are going to go ahead and take this belt off. And put in a gear. Well, no, sadly, we can't have a gearbox that comes out all angles, right? It'd be useful if we could. So we might just go ahead, put in the vertical gearbox, right? Go in here, type in gear. We grab a horizontal. Oh, actually, we basically want just 2 verticals, so we'll grab that. Break this. We could do that. And we could do that. Which would then let us put this right here. This right here. And our belt system right there. Which will still keep that working. Okay, so that still keeps that working. So now we just need to come out of here to that fan. So we need to basically come out, change directions, and go that way. Which means we might have to do that in a different way. Okay, so let's see. If we go in here, we could grab the chain drives real quick and put them there and there to extend it out to here. Let's hit B at create. We'll go ahead and grab all of these. And I'm thinking. How do we change this direction? I think the easiest way is just going to be making another gearbox or 2 or 3. So we'll go like this. And I guess we have enough to just make 1. But of course, if we do that, we actually don't need the chain drives. So we could just break those. Put that there. Put the gearbox here, which will let us go this direction. And actually, we might still just use the chain. You know what? Let's go like that and like that. We could go like this. We could put this right here, right? And then we would be able to put the encased chain drives right here. Oh, I completely forgot you could do that with those. But we're still going to just turn that way. Gonna grab our encased fan and put it that way. And I was hoping that that would blow that way, but that is not blowing. It is sucking. Okay, so this is where it gets annoying because we want it to go the other direction, and I don't. Okay, come on, let me through. There we go. I don't think I could put this here and have it still connect to that. And I would need another chain drive to connect that again anyways. And then a thing to change the direction of it. Okay. Is there an easy way to change the direction that this is going? I think so. I think there is. I think we could go like this. And where am I at? Where am I thinking? So we'll break that. We'll break that. We'll break that. Break that. We're going to move this and this, I think. So we will connect this one up top here. No, up top. There you go. Up top. Okay, then we will grab the vertical gearbox. And I guess put it right there. We'll put this one on here because that's spinning the other direction, right? Actually, we don't want it there. We want it back one. So we'll go like that and then put it there. Which then if we go like this, that should now be changed to the other direction. So we would go ahead, break this down, break that down, put chain drive there, put chain drive there, put that there, and that should be blowing now. It is. But why aren't these superheating? I thought that was how you superheated those. Okay, so let's change that. And we'll go back in here early game. Next, I don't remember where those were, how to superheat. So if we went to our basic burner, right? So basic, and we press U on this, right? Okay. So you just have alloy mixing in that. So if you press R on that, we get that. That's automatic shape crafting. We have that. Okay, so nothing in there that talks about superheating those. If we go in here, we have this stuff here that's up here for this. Steam powered, no, you can superheat the basic burners with an case fan at max RPM, though you burn through the fuel 32 times faster. So we did that, but it's not actually superheating it, which means that this fan is definitely not going at its max speed because, yeah, which we pretty much knew. Because we are on the back side of it. So if we go like this, and yeah, so basically, yeah, we can't. Oh man, that's not good. That's not good. I didn't want to break that. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like this for now. We'll come back to this later. We'll go ahead and throw this stuff here. And here we got other stuff we gotta do. We got other stuff to work on, so yeah. Like more aluminum stuff. Let's go ahead. Probably come over here. Grab 2 more stacks of this and bring it over here to this. Where we could throw it in there to let that start going. Okay, this here's doing that. We're filling up with nitrogen and that one's filled. That one's getting close to being filled. Oxygen's doing pretty decent. So let's go ahead, grab this. bring it over here. That's filled, that's empty. We'll put that there. Go like that. And we'll come, I'm going to go ahead and press B real quick. Go back in here and type in item real quick so we can grab these item cables out of here. Go like that. We'll click that. We'll hit B again just because I didn't feel like doing it the other way. And we're going to go like this and make a chest so that we could go here. Put 2 of these down just so I could see it easier for this here. There we go. Okay. So now we could load that up a little bit easier. Come over here though real quick. Grab our aluminum that we have. Run it over here and throw it in there. And that'll start working. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we can take our extra drum. And it is an extra drum, so we can just put it right there. Slurry's full. Rare ore is full. So I don't think we actually need that anymore if we have this doing what it's doing here. I just don't remember. Do we need something else in here? Because I thought that was all we needed to get this thing to make drilling fluid. It's got drilling fluid right now, but it's not on. Why is it not on? These aren't full, right? No, those aren't full. That's not full. That's not full. These aren't full. So why is this not on? It's got power. Oh, it's just the amount of drilling fluid it needed. Okay, so if I click on this again, actually, no, we will click on this and press R on that. So it's 4 buckets of water or 4 buckets of distilled water, or 5 with 2 things of lubricant. So I think that's just, oh wait, working disabled. Yeah, I disabled that so that it can start filling up with water, just so that our thing could start filling up with distilled water down here. Somewhere right here. Okay, so we have 32 buckets of distilled water in there. That's gonna get drained really quick with that machine. So I'm thinking we might just want to actually fill this up with regular. Just fill that up, keep filling that up with regular water, but who knows? COB. Because I don't feel like going down and chasing that one that disappeared. There we go. Okay, we'll put that there. Okay, something else I went ahead and did. I just thought of as I turned right there. Because I couldn't get that sugarcane farm to work properly. I went ahead and we made this thing here, and this thing is annoying. I don't think I actually listened to this sound before. Let's press E, and that, I think it's a saw. Yeah, okay. So this thing, we put sugar cane in it. You put, like whatever amount of sugar cane in there, and then it'll come up into, it'll start making sugar cane. So we could do that because I did it so that we could get a fully set up thing here. Because I wanted to enchant some swords with some stuff, but yeah. Oh, you can see as well though our whatchamacallit there, our sword is broken because I wanted to enchant a sword. And yeah, I think that was biggest reason why we were making these little experience bottles. So that I could try to enchant a sword with like unbreaking and sharpness and stuff like that. But yeah, it didn't give us a good thing. So it's loot. Ooh, looting would be real good. So let's actually get some more glass, I think. So if I come over here and hover on this, we click on this, we are short on quartz sand. And we are short on a mortar thing then. So let's go in here. MORT. So Invar steel. Cobalt brass would be 512, which would be good. The Damascus steel is 512. But I don't think we have any more cobalt brass, which, yeah, so let's just go ahead for now, make a steel one, because we can make a couple of those pretty easily. And then we can click on this, and this, and this. Get some quartz sand to click on this, throw these up here to get some more glass to put in our smelter. Okay, then we come over here, put the extra glass in here. Come over to this, grab out all of that, put the extra lithium, sodium, and silicone in there, which is also why we wanted to get this going, was for that silicone. Okay, then we can come over here and throw this in here and that in there. The extra in there, and there we go. Okay. I think it's going to take more than 10 bottles of enchanting stuff to get that. So let's see what we can work on now. Also, there's a small update. So this thing is not completed, even though there's that. And then they added, I believe, a coke oven hatch, or they added it to down here. There's some reach upgrades and stuff. Warning upgrade can be lost on death or reloading. Sometimes instances have some in a chest. Isn't a horrible. Okay, so that could break, apparently. And then there's the steam ore factory, which I think might have been there before, but we kind of didn't make it. I don't remember if it was actually there before or not. Industrial Revolution, I don't think there's anything new here. I still think we might need to go ahead and make ourselves some more cobalt brass so we can make ourselves another blade to put in our inventory, so then we get these 3 here. We got rare earths that we could probably work on to start getting the next thing, but I think the biggest thing was this graphite dust, so that we could work on making ourselves the basic arc furnace. I think that was what we were working towards, right? Was the graphite dust? Graphite dust. We need either graphite ores, blasting. Oh yeah, crushed diamonds. So we need to be able to get to the crushed diamonds in order to get graphite dust, because we need to put it through a basic washer. With that, I believe centrifuge, purified graphite dust gave us that. Ore washer, same thing, diamond. So I think we actually need to come up to this thing. I don't know for sure. Let's go ahead. I need to check this real quick. Dia. MON. So crushed diamond. So we can get these apparently by just crushing the diamond ore or the diamond ore. We can get it from the menstruator from the diamond geode, or ore grinding from different ores that we can't get, or crushing from the different raw things we can't get, which we can't really get that except for by putting that in a cutter with distilled water. And then once we get essences. So I think that's the biggest thing we need to do, is get to that essences, which I believe again was high voltage, right? I don't think we got to mystical agriculture until high voltage. And of course, some of these we might not even be able to do until well after. But actually it says medium voltage. So it says medium voltage with the liquid glowstone, the phosphorus, and the beryllium. Okay, but let's go ahead. Let's see. Let's And then, of course, the essence replication. Once we get one of those, that's a low voltage thing. So once we can get just one, we might be able to make that essence thing and then replicate it. So let's see what we need to get beryllium. Do we actually... Let's find out. No, I don't know why I'm checking in there. I wanted to check in here. BY. So we don't have the beryllium. Okay, I didn't think we had any beryllium yet. But I believe beryllium we can get directly now. We can get crushed beryllium ore from our mixed mineral residue, which we get from our ore slurry, which I can't remember if we have. Mixed mineral residue. We have almost 30 some buckets of that. So let's see. So if I go like this, and we take a bucket of this out again, right? And we press U on this, and we press U on this. We could put it in an electrolyzer by itself to get our beryllium, sulfuric, and oxygen. So we do want to make, I think, oh, that's a high voltage one, though. Oh, man, that sucks. So that's where I think we need high voltage if we want to go with that route. Okay. So we can't do that quite yet, going that way. So I think the way we have to go is the other way. But let's go over here, grab that out, throw that in, throw this on there, so we can get our bottles of enchanting. Okay, so beryllium. I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna go ahead and press or click on this. Click on this. And for some reason, when I press A, oh, it's because it is already in here. Okay, so beryllium dust. We could also get in a centrifuge by doing some other stuff, which is centrifuges take stuff apart. So green sapphire slurry, we can get some possibly from that, but that is a very low chance. So I don't know if we're wanting to do that. Electrolyzer. The ender pearl dust, that's what it was. Okay, so ender pearl dust, medium voltage electrolyzer, which we do have a medium voltage electrolyzer right now, right? We do, okay. So we go like that. We go like this. Let's go ahead and just put all that in there, and then we'll hit here. Ender pearl dust, which we have. So I should be able to go like that, throw that in there. And that might give us our beryllium, which hopefully it does. I'm pretty sure it does. I think it was guaranteed, right? It was. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so we get our beryllium that way. It also gave us some potassium, which is whatever. I don't think we have any in here, so I don't think I can put it in there. Take the aluminum out, though, and put it in there. Okay. So that gave us that. We could go over here, throw aluminum in there. Okay. So we're good there for now. We can throw that in there, so we just need that. So now we just need the the phosphorus stuff, right? So in order to get that, we need either a gelatin. That's a high voltage, so we can't do that. It also requires a sterile clean room. Here's a low voltage one, which uses centrifuge again, just separates stuff, right? So that would be considered stuff like that. So phosphate dust. If we could get phosphate dust in an electrolyzer, we could do that. Magnesium phosphate, apatite dust. And that's a medium voltage one. So we might be able to get apatite dust. I don't remember for sure. I think actually, no. Where was it? This thing here, the pyrochlor dust. Do we have pyrolosite dust and pyrochlor ore. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this out real quick. If I go like this and we press U on this, we could crush it into the pyrochlor dust, or an impure pile of that, which we could then throw in a centrifuge to get a chance of it, or we could throw it in a basic ore washer to get the apatite dust. So if we throw what we have in the ore washer, just want to go over here and make sure. Let's see. So we have water. We have that. We could do that. Actually, again, if I press U, ore washer. Probably want to just use the ore washer we have over here, right? Wherever it is. Ore washer. Did I move it somewhere? There it is. Basic ore washer. So if I throw this in here, we have a chance of getting some apatite dust. And that's apatite, so we get that. So this will give us this, right? Or no, that gave us just straight the apatite dust, which we could then, again, put in a electrolyzer to get it. So we need at least 9 apatite dust. Hopefully we get that. I don't think we're gonna get that. Crushed pyro. So which thing did we get this from again? We got that from centrifuging the raw ore slurry. Which actually, again, I wasn't paying attention if that was. I think that was I think it was this one though. So we need to get raw ore slurry into there. So if we come over here and we grab this, go like this, we press B here. Yeah, so I'm gonna go like that. We'll go like this. We'll type in fluid real quick. So we can go like this and grab a fluid cable, put on top to put this right here. So then put that in there. Nice. So that'll give us more of the pyro, the stuff we have in here, because we need a lot more of that. Okay, so now if we press U on this, right, we can crush it in a center, or we could throw it in a from here. I don't think we could get more apatite from it that way. No, we would throw it in a thing to get calcium. So we get calcium from this, and then we have stone dust, and we have some apatite. Stone dust. Go over here, into there. That'll do that, and that'll do that, which will give us more of this stuff, which, I mean, you can see we got a pretty decent-ish amount of some of these things now. But I think that's gonna be our biggest thing here is the mixed mineral residue. We're gonna run out of room for that. So let's grab this, put that there. We'll grab this and put it here where it'll start filling up with the rest of it. Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll take out our ore, throw it in there, and then, yeah, it's very loud over here because of these machines. Okay, we also want to come over here and get up to that level 30, like that. Press B, let's go ahead, take out some lapis. And we'll do that. We can throw this in here, which has looting on it, so we can go like that, boom. I mean, it only had looting, which kind of sucks, but hey. Looting is pretty good. Okay, then what we could do is break that and put that there. I was like, where did my thing go? It probably went in here, right? There we go. We could take that, put that there, and there we go. Now this, we might be able to start getting some nice, good stuff out of it then. Okay, but yeah, we definitely need to get some liquid glowstone as well, from what I saw. Um, let's come over here. What are we looking at? Just 2? Really? That's it? Let's go ahead and grab some more. Throw it in there. We're up to 4 out of 9. And I mean, we got a little bit of that left. Wow. Okay, we'll bring this back over here and put it there. So that raw ore slurry will go into there. And yeah, now we just need more distilled water to go in there, which again, we might need to just make another distillery if we're going to do that. Otherwise, it might be better to just put regular water into here. But for now, we'll leave that alone. We'll just come back to that in a second. For now, we are hoping we can get our slurry out of whatever, our stuff. Okay, so we go here, boom. Put more of that in there. We're getting some. We're up to 6. Let's go ahead and take out this as well, and we'll bring it over to here and throw it in here because of that. And then, yeah, let's see what the mixed residue we can make with the mixed residue real quick. Resource, so mixed residue. Looks like it only makes the beryllium, but then it also makes the oxidish material, which do polykate, tat, and cas. The other one does barite, whatever that is, and that. I believe the molten ore mixture that we also get from this. So we have the raw slurry, we are getting whatever, we're also getting the molten ore mixture. The molten ore mixture is Bassin pitch black bauxite. So we can get bauxite from it, and bauxite, I believe, is aluminum. Yeah, Al2O3. But we could do that, which would give us the bauxite dusts. But we could also, so that would give us the crushed bauxite, which we could then do some other stuff with it and get it all the way to here, which would give us this stuff too. But trying to remember. Oh yeah, ore grinding. No. Trying to remember where we do with I believe the ore mixture stuff. So if we went and clicked on here and clicked on this and clicked on this centrifuge, we put it in the centrifuge at a. Why is it showing the same thing there? Oh wait, because I clicked on it and how to get it. So we press U on this. We could throw it to the distillation tower to get all these different things here. Or we could throw it in a molten whatever, which is way later. That's where we get the bauxite, is LUV stuff. Okay, well, we got that. Let's hope we can get one more appetite, because I believe that's what we needed, right? Was 9. Yeah, we needed 9 in a electrolyzer to get our phosphorus dust. Also gives us some chlorine gas, which is pretty cool, and some calcium. Okay. There we go. We got it. Nice. So we could bring it over to our electrolyzer, right? That's what it said. Throw it in there, and we'll get what we need out of that. And then we might be able to do everything we need for our stuff. Okay, so that's calcium and phosphorus. Okay, good. So now if I press U on this and we go to a mixer, right? So in a mixer, we need the phosphorus and the beryllium with some liquid glowstone. Liquid glowstone is a LV and a scrapping thing. So we should be able to do that right inside of here. So if I go like this and say GLO, should be able to just grab glowstone dust and throw it in here like so. And then disconnect that from going over there because we just want to be able to. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have went in there anyways, but yeah, you see what I mean though. Once this gets up to be a bucket, we will just grab out the bucket. But we're getting what, 144 each time. So I think it's going to be after this one we take it out, right? Yeah, so we'll take it out here. That'll give us a full bucket. Well, technically give us a full bucket plus a little bit. We're probably going to have to destroy that then. But then we come over here to our mixer, which we can't do it in there because we have that stuff. So we would need another mixer, right? Unless we took, well, we could technically just take that one down. We lose some lubrication and, well, actually we could always go like this to get that distilled water out of there. Go here and type in bucket, which we don't have. So we go here and click this and click this. Go like that and grab a couple more buckets to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. And then we will break that. Go like this, go like this. Put that there. And then we could take our bucket of liquid glowstone, put it in there, and put that in there. Right? Oh, I'm about to say it's a high voltage one too. No, it's a medium voltage one. So we need a medium voltage mixer. So never mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and take that back out of there. This out of here. We'll go ahead and pick that back up, put it in there. Let's go ahead and close that off. Go back in here. And put our lubricant back in there. And we'll just put our distilled water back in there. Okay, never mind. I wasn't paying attention to that. Needed to be medium voltage either. Okay, so we need a medium voltage mixer, which we definitely do not have. We definitely do not have a medium voltage mixer. So we'll go here and type mixer. Okay, advanced mixer. So if we click A, actually no, I want to click A on it down here. There we go. So in order to make that, we need the thing here, which we go like this, go like that. There we go. We could do that. Click this. Click that. Go like here. And why is it? What is it? Oh, we don't have enough wrought iron. I remember that now too. So, iron. I know there's another way to make this, but for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and go over here and do this on our campfires, just because it's gonna be easier. Oh wow, they changed how long it takes for it to go. Okay. Okay, so that's something else that was new with this recent update was time on wrought iron. Well, with that, that means I could probably just make some more things. But we'll bring this over here to our bender. Throw it in here real quick. We only need the one for now. Okay, then we can come over here, click on that to get that. Okay, so now we also need a medium voltage one of these. So we'll grab one of those. And then we need a bronze rotor. So for that, we're going to need a bronze ring. We'll go like that. We'll take this bronze rod we have then. We'll bring it over here to this cutter. Throw it in there. So that we can get this turned into some bolts. And then we'll throw them in the lathe. We get a couple of those. And there we go. It's our wrought iron plates done as well. We go like that. Go like that. We put our steel bolts in there. Now we click here. Nope. Went too far over. Come on, mouse. Cooperate. There we go. We can do that, which will let us make our advanced mixer. Nice. Of course, sadly, right now, everything that's got power for that is packed in a, the only way to get power to that's all packed in a small thing there, I think. I don't know if I put another medium voltage converter down anywhere. I feel like I did, but I don't remember where. I think I had made one. It might have blown up, or it's up here. Might be up here. Right now it's low voltage. It might have blown up. We'll have to see. Because I don't think it's over here. I don't see it over there. I know it's not the one that's over there. So if I go here, we press B. And we type in advanced. Nope. MV. Nope. Okay. So we probably just need to make another one of these real quick. So we would need to do that. We're gonna need more aluminum plates for sure. So let's get that going. So we'll come over here, grab that. Wait, are we getting? I know I didn't put that much aluminum in there. R. So that's just weird to me. Like, it just seems weird that I'm getting, because I don't think I put anywhere close to that much aluminum into that thing. I mean, I could check real quick, possibly. I mean, I think we might have some more aluminum somewhere. Nope, not in there. It feels like I'm getting more out than usual. I don't feel like I put 60 some in there. But yeah, we did have more clay dust in here, right? Yeah, so I go like that. Go like that. There we go. Okay, so we're getting 2. Right, so we have 2. So if I go like this, we just put 2 in there, right? According to this, it's making 1 out. I mean, it's quite possible I put more in there than I remember, but I don't remember putting that much in there. But anyways, let's throw that in there to start making plates. Yeah, we put 2 in there. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Let's eat some bread real quick. And then we'll grab out some plates. Press B. Go like this. Click on that. Click on this. Go boom. Throw that up there. So we can then go like this for medium voltage. Thing there. And then we needed just a medium voltage those. So if I go in here, we go like this. Actually, we'll hit B. And we type in coin. Grab these out. Press this button for that. And I am very lazy with making these. We only have 10 coins. Darn. We need 12 to get a bunch of those. Because making the medium voltage MV, making these good circuits was a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So we need 2 more coins. So if we hit this, I mean, I know where we can get some easy coins, probably. I mean, I don't know for sure. Like, that one's a no reward. That one's a no reward. Oh, this is definitely new here, too. A kiln. And a steam kiln. I don't even know what a kiln does. Campfire on steroids for your early game glass and rot. Okay. We might need to make a kiln. just so we could have something passively making raw iron on the side. But for now, we need to go in here and type in cobalt brass. So if we click on this again, mixture is brass, aluminum, and cobalt. How did we get cobalt again? Cobalt was by crushing cobalt, ore processing, or okay, so we had basic ore washer of distilled water for copper. Okay. So we'll grab out a stack of copper, bring it over to the ore washer, throw it in, and then take that out. And that could give us some cobalt. Okay, then we can put that there, and that there. Bring this around and just throw it up here. Okay, so we're good there. This will give us some cobalt. Possibly we just wait for that. Which again, then we throw that in just a mixer with aluminum and brass. Brass. Do we have any brass? BRA. We do have some brass, but not enough, so we are going to need to make some more of that real quick. Just go like that. Cause we need 7, and we need 1 aluminum and 1 cobalt. So we'll have our aluminum there, and hopefully we get our cobalt soon. We did get a cobalt, perfect. Okay, so we can bring this over here to this, and I believe throw this, and this in there. No? Mixer. Oh, we'd have to put this on 1 real quick. So then we can take it off after that. But 45 seconds for that to make our cobalt brass. We could do that. Then we could... Of course, that's only going to give us, what, 1 of these, right? Or will it give... No, it gives us 9. Okay. And then with that, we could turn that 9 into that. Okay, yeah, we could easily do that. Perfect. Because we could get these from smelting that. There, yeah, so yeah, that'll work. That gives us 9, which will be fine. Okay, so here we go. Come on, faster, there we go. Perfect, thank you. And then we're gonna go ahead and take out the brass and the aluminum. The aluminum we're gonna run back over here and put it in here, but I wanna look at this real quick. Okay, so this just says we have 2. Okay, so I'm guessing I just somehow put a lot more in here than I thought I did. But that's fine. We'll grab out the aluminum plates. Throw them in there. I'll throw all of our raw aluminum in there too. Let's see, the cobalt brass we now need to bring over here so we can get it smelted. We go like this and say cobalt brass, throw that down there. This is probably full because I put that on there. So I wanted to be able to get some more of this to put in our system. Well, I just put a bucket of something in there. There we go, but I wanted to get more stuff. There we go. Perfect. Okay. That's glowstone dust. We come here, we'll grab this. We'll bring this over here to our bender. We'll just bend all of it. Actually, we'll probably just bend the 4 we need. Like that. There we go. It'll be the 4 we need, just in case we want or need to turn it into something else. We could actually, because we could turn it into that stuff. So if we go like this, and we press B, and we click this, we can click that. There we go. That gives us this. So if I take that down right now, we lose a bunch of nitrogen, right? So if I go like this, we'll go like this. We'll bring this over here. Put that down there. That one's empty. I'm gonna bring this over here. Put it. Nope, that's not where I wanted it. Okay, well, we'll do that. You know what? I'm fine losing the nitrogen. But we needed, so if we press B, or not B, this button, right? We go here, we click on this. To get that, we need the basic cutter, which we're going to lose some lubricant from that, but that's fine. It's not like it's hard to get back. We probably actually have a bunch of lubricant. Actually, what's in here? That's like liquid glowstone. I was going to say probably have plenty of lubricant over here we could bring back and put in here. Like so. Perfect. There we go. So that has now lubricant in it. Okay, but that gave us our 2 coins, right? No, wait, we got to go collect the quest to get our 2nd coin. There we go. So then we can go down to the shop and just buy some medium voltage circuits. Yeah, there we go. And with that, we could then do what we wanted. Oh yeah, we wanted what was it? This? Yeah, we want basically that, but we want to go ahead probably and just make a bigger one of those. So if we go in here and type in SIG, we only have a couple of that. We're going to need to turn this into some wire. That's the smelter. We'll take that off. We'll throw that in there and start turning that into some wire. We could take the soul infused wire, put it away. That soul infused ingots, put that away. Put that away. Apparently, I had the cobalt brass in there. Didn't know that. Brass, rubber pulp, sulfur dust. Sure. We'll go like that. That'll give us that. And then if we go like this, we can go like this and go 1, 2, 3. Apparently, we don't have enough to do 4. We'll go like that to get 3 and 4. Perfect. There we go. Then we could click on this and put these in there to get a medium ×4, which I think back here we have just a ×1, right? No, we have a ×4 back there too. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And then what we could do, I'm thinking just because of space and whatnot, we're going to bring this one over here for right now, where we put it right here. We will then put our mixer right here. We'll press B like this and we'll type in cable to get our gold cable out that we can put right there. We'll then have to hit B and get our wire cutters back out to connect it to that. And then we will need to go back in here and type in at create to grab that and that out. Or I can put that right there. And then connect this up to there, which will give us our power there. So then we could go in here, throw our liquid glowstone, that and that. And that will give us our essence. Perfect. Whoa, there we go. There we go. Now it gives us our inferium essence. Perfect. So now from that is where we would then start. Yeah, we'd have to get a centrifuge to turn it into these, or put it in a mystical greenhouse grower, which. Wait, that's for that. This, we would need to make an essence replication. So if we go like this and we click on this, So that's going to use... Ooh. So yeah, we can't do that until we get to high voltage, because that needs high voltage. Okay, so we can't actually replicate it. Darn. Darn. I was hoping. Yep. Okay, well, that kind of sucks, but... Yeah. We still got it. So again, though, if I press R on this again, yeah, we make it from the mixer, from phosphate beryllium. The essence replicator, though. If I go in here and I press A on this, so if I go ahead, if I press U on this, I'm sure it's probably a big major thing. And then it wants a biosecure sterilization machine hatch, which is a clean room. So we definitely need something from that, which is you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're definitely not getting anything like that anytime soon, sadly. Oh well, I guess that's the thing. But we at least have a way of getting this. We just need the way of getting the beryllium better. And we could do it, because we could just straight up keep cleaning copper to get cobalt. Right? So we could just make our basic ore washer for copper. Because we have 5,000 copper. I don't know why I took that much out. I can only put one stack in there. Okay, but we could do that to get cobalt. Right, I mean, we got 19 cobalt, so right now it's technically saying we could get 19 more Ethereum essence. Right? Because we needed... Wait, that. Cobalt was for... I don't remember now. What was the cobalt for? Mixer... Oh, no, never mind. Cobalt was for that. What was this for, then? Nope, 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 nope. This here. R. Oh wait, yeah, this is where we wanted the appetite from. The appetite. Okay, so actually that's the hard part. Was the appetite, not the cobalt. The beryllium. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we need to get a bunch more of our raw ore slurry, which means we basically need to get this up more so that this can keep running, which is the only real way I could think of to keep this running would be to fill this with regular water instead of distilled water. Because we could fill it up with lubricant, no problem. It's just a matter of getting the other stuff there. We'll turn the miner sound off so we don't have to listen to it. But yeah, so that's the biggest issue, though, is we're putting distilled water in there, which this thing does not make distilled water fast enough. I mean, we have it set to do the 8 seconds for... Right, so if we went over here real quick, clicked on this, clicked on that, we have it doing this one here, I believe, 8 seconds for 260 instead of 0.8 seconds for 5, right? So what is the difference in that actually going to be? I'm not sure. So if we said we're taking 8 seconds to make 260. So if we wanted to figure out how much we get every 1 second, right? We would divide that, right? So 260. So we're getting 0.03? No. Clear. So 260 divided by 8 would be 32 millibuckets every second, right? So if we said, yeah, because that would be 32 times 8, which is going to be 256. So if you get 32 buckets a second, you would get 256. So Yeah. So you're getting 32 millibuckets a second, whereas the other one is basically 5 millibuckets every second. Distillation tower is twice that. But that is a thing, right? So if we click on like this, that's going to be high voltage stuff. Okay. So we're still nowhere near that. Still nowhere near that. Let's see. Can we get any further here, though? Because, again, we need to make the advanced cutter. But in order to make the advanced cutter, we still need the whatever, that Vanadium stuff, which we think we have this. Yeah, so we have 48 of this. So then if we press U on this, we throw it in a medium voltage centrifuge to get that dust and to get that. Okay, so we need it in a medium voltage centrifuge, which we should have, which we do have. Okay, so we can throw this in there. We'll go ahead and take out this and that and put them in here. We're going to hit B and throw that in there. You know what, let's just throw some of this other stuff in there too. Cobalt, glowstone, lapis, that, calcium. Okay. So this gives us this. So we now have the source of vanadium, a metal primarily used in alloys. Okay, so now we need to make the vanadium steel, which we do in an electric blast furnace, medium with nitrogen on 2. Okay. Which we should be able to do. So if we come over here and we take what we have, right? Wait, no. We click on this. We need to click on this. We need to click on this. We need this first. So we need to throw this in a mixer with the vanadium, steel dust, and chromium dust. Huh. I don't know if I even have any chromium dust. We'll have to find that out here in a second. Let's click on this. Chromium, everything be alphabetical order. So, nope. We don't have any chromium dust there. So again, if I pressed U on this, I don't know why it's giving me like the centrifuge and stuff. Oh wait, do I need this then? Oh my goodness, I do. I need, okay, so I need to basically take this now and throw this in here again to get this. Okay. Okay, and then you take the whatever and turn it into the whatever. Okay, so then if I click on this again, then we click on this, we click on this, click on this, click on this. And then we go to here where we click on it there. So again, we need that, we need steel dust, and we need chromium dust. Chromium dust we get for that, I don't think we'll have any of these. Vanadium steel. Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't think, ooh, impure ruby dust has a chance of giving it. The electrolyzer ruby dust. Chromium sulfate. Chromium dust. Watertight steel. Based on the way it looks like we are going to need ruby stuff in order to do that, which kind of sucks because, yeah, we only have 2 ruby geodes. Yeah. So we're going to need more of those. So if I go here and we press R on that, we get those by putting it on. It's a 45% there. You know what? We might. So 1 with that. Okay. So we'll have to come up here. We'll click here. We'll go like this. Change that to 1. Pick this up. Bring it down here. Pick this up. Put it down there. Pick this up. Put it right there. Yeah. Darn. We can put that there. Go like that. There we go. Okay. But that gave us this. We could then take this and throw it in a ore washer with distilled water to get chromium. Okay. So we can jump up here, click on this over there. We're going to go take that out, this out, this out, and this out. Throw this in there. Man, this got much harder. Okay, we can take that out then. And hopefully this will give us at least one of the chromium dusts. I think that's all we really need to start. Nope, it didn't. Okay, I mean, this thing's working too now, but it takes a while. I do think they are guaranteed, though, which is nice, but I'm not sure 100%. There we go. So, yeah, all we got was that. We press U on this now. We click on here. So we get that. No other way to get chromium from that. Well, actually, no. We throw it in a thermal centrifuge. We get the refined ruby ore. So we go like that and throw it up here. And we apparently got some of this that's up here. Yeah, because I think I did that before. So I have this, which could lead me to get to the niobium. But yeah, so there we go. There's that. Let's go ahead, open. Nope, that was a centrifuge. I really need to fix this whole factory thing, don't I? And actually get it set up better for everything. We'll throw that in there. And then again, if we press on this and we go to ore grinding, is the thing we want to do, which would be the emaciator thing. Okay. There we go. Go like that. Go like that. Didn't get one from there. Throw it up there. Bring it back over here. Throw it in here. Yeah. That's a 20-second process. That's a 20-second process. And of course, it just says ruby dust. So I'm actually going to take that out of there real quick. Press U on this. Go to ore grinding. Just make sure. I mean, it does show that there's a chance of getting that, but it could just be it shows that chance in there. We got some red garnet dust, apparently, too, now. Which is cool, I think, maybe. And we can throw that in a centrifuge to get pus, some of that, and some of that. And some other stuff. Okay, that's cool. But yep. Didn't get one there. Okay, let's see how we're looking over here. Do we get some more ruby? Got one more ruby. Yeah, this chromium dust seems like it's going to be a bit more of a pain in the butt than I was hoping it would be. Okay, so we got that. Okay, what can we do with ruby dust? So ruby dust we could put with redstone to get some of that. We could throw it in an electrolyzer to get oxygen. Ooh, we could throw it in an electrolyzer to get chromium. Okay, but we need 6 of them to do that, which we do not have. We only have 3. Okay, so we would need a couple more, and we can guarantee ourselves the chromium, but we just need a couple more in order to do it. Which kind of sucks, because it takes quite a while for this thing to do its thing, right? It's what, 40 seconds per? Yeah, so it's quite a bit of time. Quite a bit of time to do that, and of course, you know, I have stuff. There we go. We can throw this up there. I can press B real quick. Pull this out of here. Throw that in there. Put that in there. There we go. That's almost full. Then we have 32 buckets worth in there we could get. So yeah. Then of course creosote turns into lubricant, which we got plenty of right there. Good. Glad not done. Oh, what? It did go through a process and didn't give us a thing. Okay, so that does suck. That is apparently not guaranteed. But yeah, I guess. I mean, it makes sense. I guess that it's not guaranteed. It'd be nice. I mean, it wasn't guaranteed. It was like 40%, right? I don't know why I was thinking it was guaranteed. But yeah, we might need to make a couple of these. A rock filter. I'm pretty sure that's the. Oh, well, actually, no. It looks like there's a rock sifter, a more powerful version, which is yeah, but it uses wider LV or LUV. Which that is going to be way later. Way later. Okay, let's grab another one. We could throw it in there. It'll give us that. And then run over here. Oh, there we go. We got a chromium though. Perfect. Okay, so we now click on here and we go like this, right? Chromium, which again would go to mixer. And it's going to be chromium and not nickel. This one here, I think, right? No, it's iron, aluminum, and chromium to make kenthal. So we'll need a lot of it for that. This here. So we needed 7 steel dust, one of those, and one of these in a mixer of medium voltage. Okay, so we're gonna need some steel dust. So let's click here, type in STE. So we'll get our steel dust. Okay, so we could then go to our our mixer. Yeah, our mixer. Right, come over here, we click on this, and we go with, where is it at? So we go with steel dust, the chromium dust, and actually we needed to grab the ferdium dust out of there, put that in there, and the verdium dust, right? And then we press U on this, go to mixer. Oh, I could swear that's what it was. So we click on this again, we click on this, and we go to this. So we needed chromium, verdium, and steel dust, right? And it needs to be on 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it on 1. There we go. That'll do that then. Perfect. And of course, while that's doing that, we are going to go ahead and run over here. Not that one, I guess. I think I was just in here, right? Yep. Grab our crushed ruby. Throw it in there. If I'm lucky, I'll get another chromium. If I get a couple chromium, we'll be good, because then we can get this. Oh, no, that makes 9. Okay, so that's good. And then I could go like this and put this in here. And it'll go, why are we... Oh, we're out of nitrogen. Okay, let's go ahead, take that, put that there. Go like that. And actually, we're going to take the aluminum out real quick. We'll let that make that one aluminum, I guess. Okay, so we go like that, put this in here. We got our stone dust. I'm going to bring it over and throw more stone dust in here. And yeah, but yeah, we definitely, I think, need to make a couple more basic distilleries for turning water into distilled water for everything we're gonna need. Okay, then we can run all the way over here. Take out that aluminum. This is gonna take 45, or basically a minute to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead, eat a bread while we wait, and see what's next. Okay, so after we get one of these vanadium, or vanadium, whatever, steels, we could work on making the cutter, right? But we need four probably to make this blade. Yeah, so we're gonna need four of those, so it's gonna take 4 minutes before we get that. But so while that does that, let's get everything else ready. We need to get ready for that then. Okay. So we're gonna go in here and type in cut. There we go. And then we'll click on this, so we'll click on that. Okay, so we're going to need a medium voltage conveyor belt, which means we need at least two of these, so 1, 2, and we're gonna need a third one for the machine itself, probably. And we need one of these, so let's go ahead, grab that, grab this, there we go, boom. We'll clear that so it doesn't yell at me for some stupid reason, there we go. So we got that. Now we just need to make the belt, which we could go like that. Boom. So now we just need the cutter. So we just need those four things. So once that gets done, we'll be able to do that, which is going to take a little while. And that's almost done with the second one. Then we'll go to the third one. Okay, so let's go ahead, though. Grab this. Bring it over here real quick. Let's see. That is filled with air and nitrogen. We'll go ahead, grab this, and put it right there. Need to get the air out of this somehow. Or just make another one later. I can just throw it right back here so we don't see it for now. We do still have our little fishy and stuff. I want to go see how much dirt I have. And I was hoping to get... I made this much bigger, right? And then we put that there. I made this much bigger, hoping that even more pigs and cows and stuff would spawn on it, but it doesn't seem to be the case. What are we at with dirt? We got almost 1,000 dirt. Okay, cool. Cool. So we have that. Okay, so after we get this cutter, right? So the reason why we want this cutter, though, is so we can make the silicone wafer, right? Because we throw the silicone wafer in there with water to get, or that, whatever this thing is, to get that. Okay, we could throw it in there with distilled water to get it a little bit faster, or we could throw it in there with lubricant to get it much, much faster, which we might do that. Yes, let's do that. Let's go grab a bucket of lubricant so that we have it. Boom, lubricant. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so then we can come over here. We are up to 3. Oh, there we go. That's 4. Okay, perfect. So we can now grab that out. I should be able to come over here to our bender and throw it in there to get our 4 plates out so that we could then turn those 4 plates into a blade. And of course, when I shift clicked it, it didn't want to come out. So then we hit B. We click on this, we click on that, go like that. Boom, there we go. Let's make sure we take our cool tools back out. Then we click on here. There we go. Now we have an advanced cutter. I could bring this over here, put it right there. Go like that, go like that, go like that, go like this. Press B, type in silicone. So we grab out this thing, open up this, put that in there. Put that in there, and after 20 seconds, we will have our silicone wafers. Yeah. And then with the silicone wafers, we need to... I think we need to go this direction over to that. the RAM chip. Which, before we can even do the RAM chip, we're going to have to make whatever this other thing is up here. The advanced laser engraver. Ugh, that kind of sucks. But there we go. We got this out, so we can do that. Okay. Okay, so that's going to give us that. So what do we need for this advanced laser engraver then? Okay, so we click on this, we click on this, we click on that. Oh, we already looked at that before. So if we press B and we hover over this, we are going to need another one of these. So if I click on here, click on this, we don't have enough plates. So let's go ahead, click on here, type in aluminum, and go ahead and just make 64 aluminum plates real quick. Well, that's working. What else did we need? We are going to need 2 of the pistons, which I think require one of these. So we need at least 2 of these. So 1, 2. And then if we press U on that, we go down to... man, I thought it was going to be much easier to find. I don't even remember what it was. This here. I need that. So we go like this and go 1, 2 for those. Let's go ahead and take out those plates while we're here. We'll go like that. Throw those in there. There we go. Then we click this and go 1, 2. Then we need, the machine hall. So we go like that and that. And then we need whatever this diode thing is, the EM emitter. So to do that, we need a flawless emerald. Which means we need an exquisite emerald. Which means we need a regular laser engraver on high voltage, or we need a sifter with emerald ore. And get very lucky. Okay, so if that's the case, let's go ahead, run over here, grab out our emerald geodes. We will then bring our emerald geodes over and crush those. I think we needed more iron chloride, or did we need more? I don't remember what we needed for those. So either way, let's go ahead, or just turn it on. Is all we need to do. Okay. But yeah, we could just turn that on, let that make those, I believe. Yeah, so that has enough power to do that. So we go like this. I press U on this. The ore washer, the thermal centrifuge. No, so we click on here. So we are going to need to wash it once before we put it in, which we get some beryllium from that too, which is nice. But if we throw it in through, so we purify it, and then, okay. We throw this in here, take this out. We'll throw this up in here to get that going in there. And wow, there's so much stuff to do. Okay, that's almost done with the second one, so we'll grab that. Bring it over, throw it in here. Of course, we have a chance of getting some more beryllium out of it from there, which is we did. Nice. And that, I think we still have the other dust in here, right? Yeah, I still have the other dust in there, so I could throw that in there for that to make the another inferium essence, right? Yep, perfect. Okay, but then what do I do with this? So what can I do with that? I could crush all that into pyrochlor dust. I could grind it into pyrochlor and niobium, crush it into that. But that's pretty much the last thing we could do with it, right? And then with the pyrochlor dust, we could throw it in an electrolyzer to get calcium and more of it. Okay. So that's pretty much the end of its life overall. We go like that, grab this out of here. We get another red garnet. Go like that, throw that in there. We might as well throw that in there, and that, and that, and that, and that. Come over here. Throw this in there. We got some more beryllium, which is sweet. Let's bring it over, throw it in there. Now we need more of the other stuff, which is fine. But once that's done there, we could do that. That's just one ruby dust. Okay, so that's 10 of those. Okay, so again, what did I want to do with this again? I wanted to sift this, right? Take that over through a basic sifter. Yeah, which we have right here. We can throw that in there. Take out all of this. Press B on this for the quartz. Throw all of it in here for right now. Yeah. And then hope we get a flawless one right away. Right away, flawless. Boom. Oh, I still have a couple seconds. There we go. Boom. No, it gave us regular emerald. Okay. So hopefully we can get that flawless one. And all will be good. Otherwise, it's going to be a while. If we don't get that, we'll then have to come back to it. Okay, so we can throw this in here. That gave us this, which again, we take this and throw it in a... six of them in an electrolyzer to get another chromium. So we go to electrolyzer, throw 6 of them in there. You can take this, this, and this out to throw into there. I don't really have a spot for cobalt in there, but we can take the glass out, put that in there. Throw that in there. So much stuff to do all at once. There we go. Throw that in there. Okay. So that gave us our 2 crushed emeralds, which we bring around to here and throw in here. Take that stone dust out, bring it over to here, throw it in there. Yeah, okay. I don't remember what we had running. I think it was it just this that was making this? No. Oh, there's another beryllium, which is nice. Oh, wait, we had the electrolyzer running. Yeah, never mind. We can take the aluminum, we can take that chromium out. And we could bring the chromium over to here, throw it in there. Throw that in there. And I could have swore it was chromium. Oh, wait, because we have one of these in here. So we got to take that out of there, and that'll give us another one of those. We did get a flawless, so we could go like this and hit B to come over and click on this, to click on this, to go like that. There we go. MV emitter. To be able to click on this to make our advanced laser engraver, which we could then put right here, which will power up. And then if we press U on this again, and then we go to laser engraver, in order to make a RAM wafer, I think all of it's MV. So yes, we just now need to get some different lenses from some of this stuff. Okay, so we need lenses. So, but which one do we need first? Right, so if we click on this, we click on this. The next thing is the medium voltage energy hatch, which I'm pretty sure we want to get. So we're going to need a ULPIC chips. We're going to need any blue lens, which is either going to be a sapphire or a blue glass lens. Sapphire lens, we get that by throwing an exquisite sapphire into a lathe. So what do we have in the way of sapphire? So we go here and type in sapphire. We do have a bunch of purified sapphire ore, which we can throw in there. And then if we take out the exquisite emerald, we could probably take it over to the lathe and throw it in there to get our lens. So if we go in here real quick, type in lens. Right, so that's probably going to make the emerald lens, right? So, yeah, 120 seconds to make an emerald lens with some emerald dust. Okay, perfect. But we also need to hope we get a exquisite one out of this. Otherwise, well, actually, if we go to laser engraver, so 2 of them would give us an exquisite one if we had just a white lens in there. Okay, but yeah, we just need a hope that we can get some stuff. So an emerald lens, though. What would the emerald lens do? Is that going to be our RAM chip, right? Yeah, so it'll be our RAM chip. So we have one of the thing, one silicone wafer will give us a single RAM wafer. So we would need other ones to get more. Okay. But we could do that to get the RAM wafer. So we could do that for at least one so that we can get some stuff that we need for this. Welcome to high voltage, which, we're going to need 2 RAM chips and 2 IC chips. So, yeah, once this does that, we could turn that into 2 RAM chips. We still have not got an exquisite sapphire, which again sucks, but whatever. We do have a bunch more sapphire geodes, though, that we could bring over. Start crushing. Let's go ahead and hit B, though, real quick. Put that in there. And press U on this. So if we have emerald dust, we could throw that into a basic centrifuge to get dust and aluminum. And that's really all we could do with that. We could throw it in an ore washer just to get that, but we throw it in a centrifuge. Like that, just to go ahead and do that. Okay, let's check here real quick. Did we get one? No, we have not. We did get some more of this, so let's go ahead. Do that. And while we're doing that, let's come over here and look at this real quick. What are we looking at here? Ooh, look at all this. Look at all this stuff we're getting. Nice. It's not really a lot of stuff, but we are getting some, like, spider eyes, some sugar. Spider eyes we could use to make a fermented spider eye. We could also use it to make the inspection filter for modular routers. We could throw it in a mixer. We could throw it in a brewery. 4 of them would give us dirt. And of course, yeah, there's that. A chemical thing, basin. So yeah, so really, yeah, okay. Oh, that was probably I was like, what the heck was that sound I just heard? But it's probably the thing. 1,400 dirt and stuff, so we're fine there still. We can just let that keep going. Let's go look at our sapphires real quick and hope we got what we need. Did we get what we need? We still don't have what we need. We do have 2 flawless ones, though, so I mean, we just need to make a white lens for that. Okay, we go here. Unless a green lens will work. Will any lens work? If we throw it in a laser engraver, so no, it has to be a white lens. So what do we need for a white lens? Glass lens or nether star lens? Glass lens. We would need exquisite glass or a glass plate. Or a glass pane. A glass pane, we get that by putting two dust in a plate inside the smelter. Okay, so we would need to do that. Okay. But what we could do for now is we come over here, we could throw that in there. You'd think it would just automatically go to the lens thing, but then we go here and go 1, 2. And let that do that. It's going to be 120 seconds. And yep, sadly, we did not get an exquisite one of those. So if I go here, nope, here, right? And we type in, oh man, I don't even remember what that was called. Uh, Glass lens, right? We click on this. We need a casting mold for a plate. Okay, so cast. So we type in cast. All we have is a block in that. So what do we need to make the plate casting mold? We just need a hammer and an empty mold. Do we not? Did we? Okay, so let's go ahead and click on this again, I guess. Click on this. Click on this. Click on that. Okay, we go like that. We can then press U on this to get plate, like so. There we go. Oh, come over here. We'll grab this. We'll grab that. We'll throw this up there. We'll press B. Click on this. Click on this. Go like that. Make some flint dust. Go like that. There we go. We can throw that in there. Get that. And then we can take this to a lathe. Oh, wait, that's not the lathe. That's the cutter. The lathe's this one. Okay, so we can take that to the lathe. Right? Why is it not? Oh, it's a medium voltage lathe. Oh my goodness, no. That makes that much harder. That makes that much harder. I'm hoping at that point then. Okay, so Sapphire 1 can be done on a low voltage. We just need to get the... Wait, did I not? Oh wait, never mind. It's in here. We go in there. We'll come back once this is done. This is going to be a little while for this to get done because this has, 10 seconds on that. This has 240 seconds plus whatever it has on that. So we'll come back once this is done. We've managed to get the exquisite one. It took quite a while to get it, but now we can bring it over here and we can throw it in our lathe, which is going to take another 2 minutes to do. But once that is done, we will be able to make ourselves the medium voltage energy hatch, which will give us the access to the stainless steel and the hot Kenthal to be able to make regular Kenthal, to make Kenthal, to make silicone, to be able to get into our better storage of whatchamacallit, applied energistics, which we could just put down and attach to this system right here for starters for that, and then we would be good. And then we can work on making discs for all of the different things for lubricant and distilled water and all that stuff, lava. Pretty sure that this was set to make, or I thought I was setting it to make whatchamacallit, possibly, I guess not, obsidian. But yeah, but right now we got this going, making some more aluminum. I'm not even sure how much we're at. Nitrogen's getting kind of low, but we have this. We can go and grab that steel as well. Come over here. What are we looking at? 93 seconds. Another 30 seconds and we'll be good. Let's go ahead, throw that steel in there. And we're going to go ahead and bend the rest of this. But we did make, with our thing, we made the 2, which actually then you put back into the cutter and it gives you 30 something. So we actually get quite a bit of that. So we have some RAM chips. But yeah, out of all of that sapphire, we only managed to get one exquisite, which is fine. It's fine. It's perfect. We only needed the one. it is done. We can grab that out, go like that, go like this. Bring it over, take this out. Let's go ahead, just like the other one, we'll just throw 2 of these in here for now. We'll throw that in there. And then again, 1 minute and 20 seconds. We'll have the wafer, which we can then cut with the chip. And the cutting it takes, only 45 seconds to cut, so it's not as bad. But we do only get 6 of them per instead of 32 like the other, which is fine. Because this will let us make the medium voltage hatch, which I don't know if we even put over here, did we? Medium voltage hatch, we did put it over here. So, I mean, if I go ahead like this real quick, though, press B. The only thing we are short is that thing there. And once we do that, we can upgrade our blast furnace to medium voltage to only need 1 thing of power using this, hopefully, and that should be good. I'm hoping. We'll find out once this is done. Well, we got that first one done. We go ahead, throw it in here now, and let that cut. And once that cuts, we'll be able to do that. 45 seconds. Woo. Let's do this. We'll be there. We'll have our medium voltage. Let's go ahead and take out this cured rubber as well. We're going to come over here and grab another stack of it. And put it in here as well. And then we are going to take it and this basic extractor we are going to break real quick because we don't need that liquid glowstone in there. We'll throw that down there, or we can throw this here and come up here and break that and reconnect it over here. Nice. So there we can start getting some more liquid rubber in here when we do that, which will let us coat some more wires. Yeah, we'll come over here now, grab out these 6 of those, take that, put that there, throw that in there. Then we can hit B to grab this, and there we go. There we go. Now what we could do is we could come over here, and I believe we need to take both of those out. So if we go ahead and break that one, and break that one, and we hit B, and we're actually looking for heat-proof invar. So B, so if we go in here and type in bar, we grab another one of these heat-proof ones, go like that. We will need to take that down. We go like this, medium voltage energy hatch. If we put that right there, and we put this right here, it'll say we finished it. Now we just need to come up here and break this and come over to here and put it down there. As you can see, that filled up with power, which filled that up with power, which fills that up with power. And I think we're good. So I think I can break that and that now. I think. Which means I should really be able to break that too. It does mean I need to do some more wire modification stuff. Or some new connections. Where we'll come here, we'll click on this. Run over here. And we'll just bring it to the front of that. I think that's all we really need. Probably need to connect this out to there too. Something like that, I think. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, because this wasn't draining any power. I think it was just receiving power again because of how I had it going. Okay, so now we have that. So if we now click on the electric blacks furnace, right, and we press U on this, and we click on this. Actually, nope, that's not going to help us any. So if we click here, and we go like this, we accept that. We can accept that. Stainless steel. This is your high voltage material and will be needed fast, whatever. So if we click on the electric blast furnace, we definitely need high voltage, so we would definitely need a second one of these, which, I mean, we have what we need to do it, kind of. If I hover over this, we just need to make another one of these, which we actually have right there, so it would just be quite literally just making another one of these. So let's just do that real quick. We go like that. Make another machine hall. And then medium voltage hatch. Boom. Okay, and then with that, we could actually, yeah, probably just go ahead, break this, put that there, put that there, and connect it with a wire once we go back in here and type in iron to grab these back out. Okay, there we go, and then we can connect it like so. And that should actually give us the ability, hopefully with that having enough, hopefully that has enough power to give us this ability to make the stainless steel. So if we go in here then, and click on this, and click on this, go to this, we would need a stainless steel dust, which we get in a mixer with iron, nickel, manganese, and chromium. Or same thing, but with Invar instead of nickel. Okay, well, that's going to be a while because I don't think we have the ability really to get a bunch of manganese dust because, yeah, we don't have a bunch of this stuff here or that or that or that. Pyrolusite in an electrolyzer, which I believe we actually have a whole bunch of that in here. No, it's a lapidite. The pyro. Okay, so we do, but this will be for next time for sure. Because I'll throw this in here, and that will turn into our purified pyrolusite, which we will then crush down into that. I mean, granted, we could just technically, I guess, throw it in a centrifuge, right? So we could. I pressed U on this and threw it into a thermal centrifuge. Would give us that. If we throw it into a regular centrifuge, no. I don't see regular centrifuge here. Mixer. Again, so this here, we could throw it into a emaciator thing. So I guess that's what it is. We'd have to throw it into a emaciator thing first. Okay, that's fine. No, we could just take like this then, right? Bring this over to here. Throw it in here, take that out of there. That's going to take a while for that to do it. So, yeah. Anyways, we did get further in. Now we have a upgraded thing here that can do all the way up to high voltage stuff now. So we technically do have a single high voltage machine, technically in a way. But, you know, it's what it is. Let's go ahead. We'll come here, grab this. We then press U on this so we could smelt that down into one of these. Or we can, because we actually need this, but we smelt it down into that, then we could break it apart, right? Or we could crush it into a dust. So we could go like that. Right? We could do this, make this into a dust, and yeah. Let's just double check, make sure we can do it this way. There we go. So now if we go like this, so we press B and we press U on this. No, okay, so I could throw it into there to get that dust. Okay. Let's take that out of there real quick before it does any more. We'll throw that in there. We'll throw that back in there. There we go. Okay, so we have the one manganese, right? So we need one of those. We need one chromium, which we have. We need nickel and iron on 3. So let's grab some nickel and some iron. We could do back here. Click that. Grab some iron and some nickel. We come over to the mixer, which we could take that out of. Let's go ahead, press B real quick, and throw this in there, this in there, this, and this, that. Actually, we could go ahead and throw those in there too. We could go in here, take this, and this out. Put this on 3, I believe it said. And then we throw manganese, iron, nickel, and chromium. Perfect. And then after 2 minutes, we will have 9 stainless steel, which will let us make stainless steel. But I do also want to go ahead and come over here real quick. We could throw this in here and see how our power actually does. So that power seems to be going okay. It's not draining. That one drained all the way. That one seems to be relatively stable too. So I think we're good. I think we are good now. I think we will be able to have that just keep going and work. I want to look at the power. So we do have plenty of power there. That one there is slowly draining. So I do think we still technically don't have like full power, but I think are good. But let's go ahead now, come over here, open this up, take this out, throw that in, and see how it's going to do with stainless steel once this is done. So let's see. High voltage one, right? Because it's on stainless steel, high voltage. It is still holding stable. It is still holding stable. It is draining power out of our main system from what I could tell. This doesn't have power going in it at all. Unless, oh wait, no, never mind. It gets power from here. And yeah, so this powers this, right? Which is powering the steam, which is powering this. And yeah, we still don't really have enough steam to get that fully powered and everything. What are we looking like in here though? We still got tiny pieces of ashes there. Okay. Go over here. We grab our one stainless steel, and there we go. We now have a stainless steel. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so we could also go ahead, click on this hot Kenthal ingot. We would need Kenthal dust, which is going to be iron, aluminum, and chromium. So we definitely need to get chromium going in a much, much better way, I think. So we definitely need to figure out how we can get that much easier. And again, I think it's really just going through the different electrolyzer stuff and trying to figure out how we can chromite dust. I mean, that might require chromium. If it does, then I don't think that would work. Potassium, whatever. Watertight steel. Chromium trioxide, which we would get in a chemical reactor with chromium, which would make 4. But if I did that into the electrolyzer, it would take 4 to make 1, so that's not gonna help. So yeah, I don't think that works. That kind of sucks that it's. I was kind of hoping you had a workaround there. An ore washer again. We have just the ruby. Bulk ore processing, which is the ultimate tier of processing machine. I don't think we could do that yet, though. I mean, it only requires a low voltage, but it requires a ultra high voltage to make. So that doesn't work. Yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching. Please enjoy your day, night, doing whatever you're doing, wherever you're at. As always, force your friends to watch. We will come back next time where we hopefully get some better stuff. I think I might go ahead and look into making some more things for some stuff. For making some more ore washers, or what, not washers, filters, rock filters. I might look into, just seeing what we need to do to make some more rock filters or filtrators. Make some more rock filtrators that we could put up here, so that we can get some stuff going. Maybe get that up there going like that. And I might look into that. Ouch. Yeah. So I think, because I think that's going to be the best thing. I know I need to get, wait, structure incomplete. Huh. I'm guessing the solid blast furnace changed because I haven't done anything with that, and that is now there. But anyways, I might do some stuff to see about getting some more steel, because I mean, we could use this to get steel now. And I believe, with steel, again, let's just check this real quick. Just steel. Again, if we went here and clicked on this, and we clicked on this, medium voltage, if we put regular iron in there, it's 25 seconds with oxygen, and if we went ahead, went up to high voltage, it's 12 seconds. So yeah, so we could actually pump out some iron now pretty quickly, or some steel pretty quickly, I think, and be good with that. So anyways, again, like I said, thank you all for watching. Enjoy your day, night, do whatever you're doing. Force your friends to watch, blah, 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 blah. Until next time, peace out. See you later.